Hi all, it is good to see you again in this 5 minutes video sermon. Today I have entitled the message as Shake It Off. Yes, let me read from Acts chapter 28 verse 3 to 6. Acts chapter 28 verse 3 to 6. Let me read it for you. It says, as Paul gathered an armful of sticks and was laying them on the fire, a poisonous snake, driven out by the heat, bit him on the hand. The people of the island saw it hanging from his hand and said to each other, a murderer, no doubt. Though he escaped the sea, justice will not permit him to live. But Paul shook off the snake into the fire and was unharmed. The people waited for him to swell up or suddenly drop dead. But when they had waited a long time and saw that he wasn't harmed, they changed their minds and decided he was God. Here, Paul, he was coming out from the other country to go to the Rome, and he has to explain what has happened in the countries wherever he visited, and he healed the people in what name. So they were traveling, the soldiers and everywhere, everybody's traveling around, and in between they caught up in the storm. So they landed in the island of Malta. So the people of Malta were so welcoming and they were so friendly, and they welcomed everybody and they gave some shelter for them. In the meantime, Paul went to gather some sticks because it was raining and they need some fire. From the wood, there was some poisonous snake came in and it bit Paul and it was roping around in his hand. So the people said, let me read it for you. A murderer, no doubt. Though he escaped the sea, justice will not permit him to live. Whenever we go through the situation, whenever we go through the bad things around us, maybe this world will say, see, this guy deserves it. This family deserves it. So they have done so many things, so they deserve it. But they don't know about our background. They don't know about who we are and whom we are serving to. They don't know about us, but they will talk. That is the world's characteristics. The next word says, but Paul shook off the snake into the fire and he was unharmed. What Paul did? Paul shook off the snake to the fire because he had the fire of Jesus Christ. He was anointed by the Holy Spirit. And he was so faithful and he had a faith that no harm will happen to him through the snake. Snake is nothing for him. Even though people were, if you read along, people were waiting when he is going to swell up and when he is going to drop dead. But nothing happened to him. The same people said, if you read the last verse, he wasn't harmed. They changed their minds and decided he was God. The same people initially said that he was a murderer. But the same people again said that he was God. People are like that. They will change. The moment our situations are changing, people will change. But our God will never change. God has anointed Paul for his ministry. He had the fire of Holy Spirit and he preached everywhere. He healed everybody and he proved that even though the poisonous snakes bit him, he was able to survive. He was not at all worrying about that. He didn't even care about that. My dear friend, today, what is harming you? Maybe we might have snake in our hand. What we will do, if we shake the hand, the snake may bite. But if we shake it off in the fire, the snake will die. And we do have a fire of Jesus Christ today. The same fire was with Paul. And we have the fire of Jesus Christ in our hearts. When we ask him, when we call him, he will definitely help us. We should have a faith. When we shake it off in his name, and when we shake that serpent, the things which we don't want, to the fire of prayer, everything will be burned and we will not be worried. And I can assure that God will always with us. And even though the poisonous snake, even though the deadly things are coming in, God can save us. So my dear friend, think about it. Maybe people are around you speaking about you wrongly, but God is always with you. the fire of God is with you. If you know Jesus Christ, just say a word, Lord, this is where I am. Save me. That's it. God will save you. And you should have a faith. Your faith should not be shaken. Your faith should be firm. So, my dear friend, take a decision today. Maybe things are not good around you. Just pray to God and shake everything off to the fire of prayer, and you will be saved. And I wish you a very good day. Think about it. Think about the prayer. Think about your faithfulness to God, and shake it off all the other things into the fire of prayer, and you will be succeeded. Have a wonderful day. See you again.